Now the question is, find a positive root of system e raised to the power x is equals to 3x by bisection. Now for the solution of this, we are going to use the bisection here, and we are not given the interval. So firstly we need to find an interval. So we need to find some a and b. A and b would be the interval such that fa and fb should have opposite signs. Which means if fa is positive, then fb should be negative, and if fb is positive, then fb should be negative. If fa is positive, then fb should be negative, or vice versa. Okay, so if I take, let's say, a is equals to 0, that is just my assumption. Let me try of this. What will be f of 0? Let's say I'm going to change this fx, whatever equation is given to me, I'm changing this to this. Fx is equals to e raised to the power x minus 3x is equals to 0. So what will be f0? E raised to the power 0 minus 3 times 0, 1 minus 0, it is 1, which is positive. Now let's me try with b is equals to 1. I have got positive. Now I need to search for the negative one. E minus 3 times 1, it will be 2.78 minus 3, it will be negative of 0.22, and this is negative. This one is positive, which means I have found two values a and b for which I'm getting both fa and fb are of opposite signs. So what I can do here is, let's in interval has become between 0 and 1. I'm making this line here. So let's say this is 0 and this is 1. So what is our f1 is negative of 0.22, and this is 1 only. Let's find out the first approximation. This will be between a and b. So the first approximation x1, it will be between my a and b. So x1 is equals to a plus b upon 2, which means 0 plus 1 upon 2, it will become 0.5. If I calculate fx1, e raised to the power 0.5 minus 3 times 0.5 is equals to, now we have to use the calculator. E raised to the power 0.5 minus 3 times 0.5, it will be 0.148. 0.148, which is positive. So if I go back to the previous screen, here I have find out the x1, and what is its value? 0.148. So where will be 0? You see here our line is increasing towards the left, it is 1, so 0 will be between this value. 0 will be between this one. We are going to find out the 0 between this one. So between x1 and b, my 0 will be. Let's take the another approximation route. Let's say if it is x2, so I have told you it will be between b and x1. So x2 is equals to x1 plus b upon 2. X1 is what? 0.5 plus 1 upon 2, which will be 1.5 divided by 2, 0.75. 0.75. Now we need to find out f of 0.75, which will be what? E raised to the power 0.75 minus 3 times 0.75. We can use the calculator again. E raised to the power 0.75 3 times 0.75. It's negative of 0.132. So if I again go back to here I have calculated x2 and it was negative of 0.132. Okay, so now where will be 0? Now the 0 will be between these two, x1 and x2. Somewhere here I'll be finding the 0. So let's calculate the third approximation route. So it will be x3. It will be between x1 and x2. x1 and x2. So x3 is equals to x1 plus x2 upon 2. What is x1? X1 was 0.5 and it was 0.75 upon 2. So what it is? 0.5 plus 0.75, 0.625. Let me test whether this is the root or not. So if I do f of 0.625, what will be the value? It's e raised to the power 0.625 minus 3 times 0.625, negative of 0.006, negative of 0.006. See how close we are getting now. So we can we are already getting 0, but let's try one more iteration. Let's see what we can get. Firstly, let me fill here. We got x3 here. Here was x3 and the value was, what was the value? 0.006, negative of 0.006. So now I again want to reach 0. It will be between x1 and x3. 0 will be somewhere between this. Let's find out fourth root. x1 and x3. So x4 is equals to x1 plus x3 upon 2. X1 plus x3. x1 is 0.5 and x3 is 0.625. 0.5 0.625 upon 2. If I find this one, 0.5 plus 0.5625, 0.5625. Let's calculate this. F of 0.5625, it will be E of 0.5625 minus 3 times 0.5625. This will be E raised to power 0.067. So if I go back here we have find out x4. This is my x4. The value is 0.067. The value is, I'm writing here, 0.067. So now if we want the root will be between what, towards the left hand side the value is increasing, but we need to decrease it now. So it will be between x4 and x3. Yes, correct, it will be between x4 and x3. So if I use this, let's calculate one more root. It will be between x4 and x3. x5 will be x4 plus x3 upon 2. x4 is 0.5625 plus what is x3, 0.625, 0.625 upon 2, which is 0.5625 plus 0.59. If I calculate f of 0.59, it will be e raised to the power 0.59 minus 3 times 0.59, 0.03, 0.033. Again, let's go back to this. So here I have got here this point. This is x5. Where should I write? This point is x5. This point is x5. So we can do one more iteration. Let's make one more iteration, and it will be between it's x5, 0.03. It will be between x5 and x3. x5 and x3. So x6 will be between x5 and x3. So x6 is equals to x3 plus x5 upon 2. So what is x5? 0.59 plus x3 0.625 upon 2. 0.59 plus 0.625 divided by 2, it's 0.607. If I find f of 0.607, it will be e raised to the power 0.607 minus 3 times 0.607. It's 0.139. Sorry, 0.0139. 0.0139. Let me write it clearly. 0.0139. Let's stop here, as we have done 6 iterations. So the root will be x6. 0.607. This will be your answer.